Hey everybody, Ron Stone here with Outlawed, live with Ron Stone every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Jason is out of town tonight, so be fielding questions here. If you have any questions, we don't have any guests lined up for tonight. Thought we'd make an open forum here if you have any questions about the upcoming Case IH Thunder in the Dirt Outlaw pulling season. Try to answer any questions you might have. So ask away. Also, we'll post the schedule here for you all to see tonight. That schedule is available, though, at outlawpulling.com, the official website of the Outlaws. How's everybody doing tonight? Just put a comment up there if you're on Facebook. Let us know what's going on. Let us know where you're tuning in at. And if you have any questions, post those questions up. We'll try to get them answered. We might have Josh Runyon pop it in here in a little bit as well. Played a couple videos there, a couple of sizzle reels there, if you will, to get you kind of fired up about the season coming up. We'll have a lot more of those coming up before the season starts, and it is getting close. Today is the 19th of April. Our season starts in June, I'm sorry. June 10th and 11th in Ravenna, Nebraska, the first pull of the season. Billy Joe Breheim tuning in from Sedalia, Missouri. We'll be talking to the Breheims next Tuesday night. We have Evan Breheim and Nathan Breheim. Evan is going to be one of our young guns, one of our new young guns for the season, pulling in the pro stock pickup division. Alan Ulmer tuning in from Minnow, South Dakota. Said it's cool and windy there. Dennis Beck said his head hurts after watching that introduction, that video. Yeah, Dennis, I hopefully it's not hurting still, but that was kind of a rough ride. I'm sure your helmet was bouncing off the roll cage a little bit on the Hustler tractor. Facebook user, not sure who that is, tuning in from Oklahoma. Rain moving in tonight. Yeah, it's sprinkling here a little bit as well. Russell Dostal from Pierce, Nebraska. The app, we're working on that app right now. As a matter of fact, we can check in on it. Last time I checked it, it looked like it was pretty well up to date. So good question, Russell. The Outlaw app, I know last week at this time it was being updated, was under construction. But yeah, if you go on there right now on the Outlaw app, and if you don't have the Outlaw app, I would suggest you get this app. It's a really cool tool to use. If you're an Outlaw fan, if you're an Outlaw puller, it's a very cool tool to use as well. As it gives us start times, our full schedule on there, as well as also giving directions to each event. Now, those directions are for the pullers. For those of you fans that use that app, that will take you to the pit gate. So that navigation on there is set up for the pullers to take them right to the pit gate. And a lot of times we don't have those turn-by-turn instructions, and some of these smaller towns pullers have some pretty good size haulers and can get in some pretty tight spots in some of these small towns. So we figured we would put that app up there, put the turn-by-turn navigation on the app. That way they can go straight to the pit gate and not get lost or take a wrong turn somewhere. So look at that schedule on the app. We start in Ravenna, Nebraska, second weekend in June. Spencer, Iowa is, for most of the classes, it is the points finale on September 18th. And then Lufkin, Texas on October 14th and 15th. Let's see, Robert Miner. Any new tracks or tractors running with the Outlaws? I don't have all of the members' specs with me. I have heard there's some new pullers. One I just mentioned for sure is Evan Breheim. Of course, Nathan Breheim pulled with us. With his pro stock Chevy pickup. His son, Evan Breheim, 24-year-old young man, going to be pulling with us this year. as well, Chevy pickup called Fully Committed. So we want to welcome him, and we're going to bring him on next Tuesday night as a young gun with the Outlaws. Marty Samuelson, cool, windy, and dry right now in Ravenna. Hopefully it'll be nice and warm there, second weekend of June. One Facebook user said in both divisions of the Outlaws, that's the Outlaws and the Heartland region, both up on the app right now. So I'm checking it out. If you don't have this app, go to the Google Play Store and get that app. It's very cool tool to use. It lists all the classes pulling at each pull. And when the pull is over, the results are posted up where you can follow the results from every pull as well as point standings. It's like right now, let's see. We can go to events. Let's look at Cherokee, Iowa, for example. Cherokee, Iowa, a new event for us this year. Lists the classes that are pulling at Cherokee, the 3200 Super Field, Light Limited Pro, the 8500s, Light Super Stocks, and Pro Stock 4x4. That's June 17th at 7 p.m. So the start times are listed there as well. We go all the way down to Lufkin, Texas. The Supermod 2-wheel drive, the Limited Pro 3.0 diesel pickups, modified tractors, Pro Stock 4x4s, all at Lufkin this year in October. Lightning and thunder and pouring rain in Garnett. Well, that's headed my way, Jerry. I'm sure Jerry Setter checking in. Tyron Ulmer updates on the Young Gun program. Stay tuned. Some information coming out very soon on that. I'm going to pull that schedule up here. Just give me a moment. If you don't have the app, let's see. Yeah, let's see here. Here we go. Take a look there at that schedule. See if I can make it bigger here. Oh. Looks like that's about as big as I can make it here. You see that schedule quite a bit larger than last year's schedule. 45 or 46 events for 2022. Some things we are working on right now is, if you look on the schedule here, I'm going to look at my paper schedule since that screen is pretty small. In the middle of the season, we're looking at a lot of back-to-back events starting in July. Actually, the whole month of July is pretty darn busy. But in particular, we've got a run of events between July 27th and July 30th. Looking at having a sweep, like a Western sweep, like the Outlaws have had in the past. Just for example, July 27th to July 30th, 4 nights there. We have 8 different sessions of pulling going on. That'd be Britt, Iowa, Mercer, Missouri, Bowling Green, Missouri, Sac City, Iowa, Indianola, Iowa, Corydon, and Lamar's, Iowa, and in Warrensburg, Missouri, all in a span of 4 nights there. So a lot of classes hooking, some classes hooking 4 times, hooking every night there in that run. So the idea is to have kind of a points, a small points race within a points race in that sweep. So working on that right now. So stay tuned for that. It's something I'm working on myself. So I'd like to get that done. And we may spread that out from mid-July. May have 3 legs of that sweep, which would include 3 states, Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri, in that run there in July. So Troy Stevens, I heard normal outlaw trucks not allowed at the Colorado pool due to rules being different. No, that is not true. We are following outlaw rules at that event. It is an outlaw sanctioned event. So not sure where that rumor came from, but let me correct it right here. We are following outlaw rules. So Troy, you're running pro stock 4-wheel drive. All you got to do is look at the outlaw rule book, and that's the rules we're running. The Cherokee had Outlaws for a lot of years. Alan Omer commenting there. Great little pull there in Cherokee. We're looking forward to it. Just to give you an idea of some of the pulls that are new for this season, they may have been an outlaw pull at one time. But as far as a different pull from the last couple of seasons, some of the new events you'll see is Cherokee, Iowa on June 17th. Hayward in Iowa on the 24th of June. Bloomfield, Iowa on July 13th. Lee, Nebraska on the 15th of July. Wayne, Nebraska on July 22nd. Mercer, Missouri on the 27th of July. Bowling Green, Missouri on the 28th of July. Lamar's, Iowa on the 30th of July. Moving on down here. We'll be back in Macon this year. Chickasha, Oklahoma has added another session, a Friday night session there, August 26th and 27th. Windsor, Colorado, of course, a new pull for us. Labor Day weekend, September 2nd and 3rd. The Nebraska State Fair, Sunday, September the 4th. Unionville, Missouri, a new pull for us in 2022. That's on September 9th there in Unionville, Missouri. So a lot of new hooks on the schedule this season we did not have last season. So, yeah, Billy Joe Breheim, going to be a fun season for sure. Going to be a busy one. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and chime in. Jerry Setter, my clock is 5 minutes fast. I'm not sure what that means, Jerry, but Robert Miner, Rock Valley running 30 classes. How's that going to work? Or is it getting them all to run? What's 504? I think you're probably referring to the 540 class. That would be the 540 Light Pro, 8500 540 Light Pro division at Rock Valley. Well, Rock Valley runs 3 sessions. They'll run Friday night there at Thunder in the Valley, July 8th. Then we'll run a day session on Saturday the 9th, as well as a night session as well. Gotcha, Jerry. I didn't realize that. That keeps me on time for everything, just to keep that clock 5 minutes fast. So, Robert, is that what you're talking about? It's the 540 class, I'm assuming. That's simply how we have a lot of abbreviations on our schedules. And that's just the way we put the Light Pro class. We list it as the 540 class. That's referring to the cubic inch limit in that class. So once again, open forum here. If anyone has any questions, jump on. If you want to know anything, we've had a few questions so far. Robert Miner about Rock Valley, of course, some rules questions about the pull in Windsor, Colorado in September. That we are following outlaw rules there. So whatever rumor you may hear, we will be running normal outlaw rules. Another thing that has come up, and I'm not going to spill the beans on it yet, but we will be running a contest along with Case IH this summer. We'll run the entire season. The winners will be announced at Spencer, the pool in Spencer, Iowa, on September the 18th. But just to let you know, we're going to give away some cool Case IH gear, some cool outlaw gear throughout the season. Sometimes we're going to give those things away during this show, Outlawed Live. And sometimes we're going to give away things at the pools. But as far as the grand prizes, I'm not going to tell you what they are right now, but we are going to give away 2 grand prizes to 2 lucky individuals. They're going to go to a pretty famous pool in the country. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but be an all expense paid trip, including airfare and hotel accommodations at that event. But each of those 2 grand prize winners get 2 tickets each for all sessions of that event. Jim Birch, I am not going to the Nashville, Illinois pool. No, I'm not sure who's calling that one. Nobody contacted me, and I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. My daughter graduates that weekend, so I can't miss that. Jerry said they're going to try and get Garnett back to Outlaws. Used to be part of the Kansas sweep. I've heard, I wasn't with the Outlaws at that time during the Midwest sweep and the Kansas sweep, but the pullers talk about those sweeps like they were very cool to attend those. And I guess it was pretty hectic at times, but none of them said anything negative about it at all. The sweeps that the Outlaws had, they all talk about how much fun they had during those sweep programs like the Kansas sweep. Now that Garnett pool there, Jerry's talking about Garnett, Kansas, of course, where he resides. I've called that event in the past with the Missouri State Tractor Pullers Association. Jim, are you going to the Nashville pool? Of course, the Pullers Championships, man, that's coming up here pretty quick, middle of May. May the 13th and 14th. Greg Lucetto, the fair sweeps were very cool. Yeah, I've heard pullers talk about it, and they reminisce about those sweeps, and that's pretty cool just to hear them talking about how much fun they had. So, we'll be back at the Nebraska State Fair this year. Happy to be back there. That's going to be a long weekend. That's Labor Day weekend. We'll be in Colorado at the Windsor Pool on Friday and Saturday of Labor Day weekend, the 2nd and 3rd. And then on the 4th, we'll be there at the Nebraska State Fair. So a busy weekend coming up. Desiree Paulson. Dusty Berry will be a new puller for the 401 class. He's driving the coal roller, the old Gone Rogue. Yep, we saw him. Saw some video from him over the weekend at a pull down in Arkansas. And Kurt Van Beek says the Outlaw app is updated for both the National Series and the Heartland Series. And you may need to refresh by updating your phone. Just refresh it. But it's coming up good on my phone. It's showing all the pertinent information that's on there. Marty Samuelson, would be great to see Bolus, Nebraska get back in the pools. Where is Bolus, Nebraska first and second? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I think I am, but Jerry's going to Nashville. He's a tech down there. I haven't been to that track. I hear it's a pretty great place to have an event there. Holzhauer's do a lot for pulling there in the state of Illinois. North of Ravenna, Doug Meisinger chiming in. Doug Meisinger, are you following the points this year? Inquiring minds want to know. 15 miles north of Ravenna is Bolus. I assume I'm pronouncing it correctly. Nobody's corrected me yet. Got Diesel Superstock, Doug Meisinger. Just curious, you're going to run the points this year? He said, "We'll see!" Exclamation point. Andy Gerbaugh, yes, she is. Jamie Yonke, Randy Yonke's niece, is part of the Young Guns. She drives a 4-1 tractor called Moving On. Does a real good job driving that tractor. She is a Young Gun. Marty Samuelson watching. He says we have Ashton, Nebraska, and working on another close on the Heartland region schedule. The Heartland region, of course, a region of the Outlaws. Greg Lucetto heading that group up. In-laws pulling watching in Central Ohio. We're at in Ohio. I'm actually from Ohio. I'm from the southern part. That's where I got hooked on pulling at a young age. What's your favorite pull you're going to this year with the Outlaws? What pull is one of those ones you simply can't miss during the 2022 season? And talking about that Windsor pull we were discussing there a little bit ago in Colorado, they're well over 200 commitments to go to that pull. Now, if you are not a normal outlaw puller, if you don't pull outlaw points, but you are signed up to go pull at Windsor in Colorado, you still need to sign up on the app when it comes time. You'll still need to sign up with the Outlaws through the Outlaw app before that event. So, yeah, the sign up through the group there in Colorado is a commitment type sign up. Granville, Ohio, east of Columbus. Okay. I know Columbus pretty well. I actually lived there for a short period, worked at Jegs there right downtown Columbus. Mel Nelson had a great state pull in Bolus for 16 years till a mini rod accident put an end to it. I had a terrific crew there. Yeah, unfortunately, those accidents happened, especially back in the growing days of pulling. You didn't know what to expect with some of these machines, and every once in a while there was an accident, and they happen now. Sometimes we have some close calls, but we try to stay on top of the safety portion of pulling to keep everybody safe and keep us all pulling for years to come. Billy Joe Brion says, love Rock Valley. I love Rock Valley too. I like a lot of pulls throughout the season. It's hard to pick just one favorite, but post some of these up here. Jason Goody, yeah, all the pull signups are on the app. Just makes it more convenient. not only for you as the puller, but also for our secretaries and staff at each pull. It's more convenient for them and cuts down on the prep time before an event. I know some of the larger events, it can be a madhouse at sign up time. When you're 150 plus pullers and everybody's trying to sign up at the same time, it can get a little hectic, a little stressful. And the app was just one way of trying to curb that a little bit and let people sign up throughout the week of the event. You will have to go pay if you're not prepaid as an Outlaw member. You'll still have to go see Lori or whichever secretary is running that event to sign the insurance form as well as pay your entry fees. Robert, Niobrara, Nebraska. Bodie Ott. It was a great pull. I bet I was the only one to ever pull a twin engine Allison there. Now, is that bolus you're talking about, Bodie? Jason Goody, day of the pull or how soon before as far as signing up? Now, this past season in 2021, you could sign up a few days before or the week of. Now, I'm not sure if that's changed or not, so I'll have to get back to you on that. Bodie Ott said yes at bolus. He ran a twin Allison. Whose tractor did you pull that at bolus, Bodie? Jerry Setter, looking forward to working for the Outlaws. We're looking forward to having you, Jerry. Going to be a great season. Going to be a busy one, but it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Now, Bodie Ott, do you have anything new coming out of your shop? Just curious. I mean, we know you sold a couple of tractors and was working on something, and you sold one tractor you sold without the Allison aircraft engine on it. Okay, Kurt, Sunday night after midnight, you'll be able to sign up for any pulls of that particular week. So basically Monday morning, the week of an event, you could sign up. So let me put that up there on the screen. Let me bring Josh Runyon on here. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy?
Oh, just got in from work. How are you?
Oh, just going over some things that are happening with the Outlaws this season. We're talking about the app, which is updated right now, and how to sign up on the app and some different things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just answering any random questions people might have about the season or talking about some new things that are going on, some promotional type things.
It's going to be a busy one. I see you got the schedule up there. That's the fullest it's been in a while. Good to see that.
Yeah, it's definitely large and in charge there. I think we had 35 last year, and I think we're at 45 or 46 now.
Yeah.
Okay, Kurt is giving us the rundown on some of the stuff with the app. Now, the standard is Monday morning, after midnight, Sunday night, Monday morning, you could sign up for any event that week.
Yeah.
The larger events like Rock Valley, the Iowa State Fair, Wisner, or Windsor, you will be able to sign up a couple of weeks ahead of time. So we'll announce that when the time comes when those signups will be open, the registrations will be open.
Yeah, Lori's pretty good at announcing that during the drivers' meetings and stuff. If she'll keep us informed, we'll mention it on here too. So,
what's this, Josh?
Yeah, we got us a motorhome for this year. Excited about that. Be a lot easier not having to mess with the hotels and stuff. Be able to pull in and throw our steak out and call it a weekend right there at the pool. So the wife and kids will be with me a lot more this year. It'll be a lot of fun.
Put a governor on it when you're headed to Wisner.
Here we go. Oh, boy. I'm not going to live this down until after Wisner this year, am I?
You may never live that down, buddy.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
You're a true outlaw within our group here.
Get Kevin Byer on here one week, and we can just have the Jailbirds edition.
So what's new in Chickasha? Of course, Josh Runyon on here with me. He's one of our outlaw announcers. He actually is a promoter at the Pull in Chickasha, Oklahoma, which has went from a single night event to a 2-night event, Friday and Saturday night. What's your dates, Josh?
August 26th and 27th. Have 3 outlaw classes: the pro stock diesel tractors, the big heavy pro stocks, heavy modifieds and 2-wheel drives. And then we'll also have a class of diesel pickups coming up out of the state of Texas. I committed to those guys before we decided to, for sure, concrete run the 3.0 diesel pickups with the Outlaws. So I'm a man of my word. I told them they could come. They're coming.
Okay.
Be interesting. Chickasha has never seen 4-wheel drive diesel pickups. So that'll be a fun class. Introduce everybody.
Yeah, that will be a good one. But it's awesome that you got the support from the fairgrounds there and everything to push that to a 2-night event. Love to see Pulling take a foothold again and grow in Oklahoma. Yeah,
the fairgrounds helped us out a bunch. We've got some major sponsors that have really stepped up to the bat this year. I mean, they were wonderful last year, and every one of them has re-upped and went bigger. So definitely thankful for them guys. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to go to 2 nights and such. They've been a big help to us. So got O'Reilly Auto Parts in there sponsoring the show this year. They really stepped up. And then 2 local businesses, Small Engine Services here in Chickasha and Elite Transmission Repair here. They really stepped up to the plate this year and helped us make the biggest, best show that we can. Hopefully next year it'll be a little bigger and a little bigger every year. And
there you go.
Till maybe we'll have Rock Valley in Oklahoma. You never know.
There you go. There you go. Goals. You got to have goals, man.
That's it.
Got to have goals. Yeah, that's a good one to model after. Rock Valley or Wisner. Great events.
Do have a little news from Oklahoma. I don't know if he's on here this evening or not, but to my knowledge, it is the first 4-1 tractor out of the state of Oklahoma. You've seen him pull up at Cowtown. Dusty Berry, the tractor he calls Coal Roller.
Yeah.
He got christened to the world of tractor pulling this last weekend. I'm not sure where he went. It just said Springfield, so I'm not sure if that was Indiana, Illinois. Not sure where he went and found a pull.
I think he was in Arkansas, I think.
Could have been. I don't know, but I know he was trying to get some laps on it before the outlaw season and get a little more comfort in the seat. And he got to see what it looks like when a turbo grenades.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, there were some pictures on Facebook. I can't find them now. But there were some pictures. If you've ever wanted to see the inside of a turbo, he basically made a cutaway. So, done some damage. But on the good side of life, it was before the outlaw season started instead of up there at Ravenna or something right off the bat at the start of the season. So,
yeah, find that weak link before the season starts, man. That's the way to do it.
He found it. There he is commenting right there, Rogersville, Missouri.
Rogersville, Missouri. Okay, I thought they were in Arkansas, but I saw where there was a pull there. I did see that video. Saw the lost turbocharger, but he going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. I think he did a great job at. If that was his first hook at Cowtown last month, he's going to be all right. I think
that was the first 2 times he has ever sat in the seat.
Yeah, and that tractor is, it has a reputation. It used to be called Gone Rogue. Jeff Eberson out of Nebraska ran that tractor, and it has, I can't remember what year, and somebody might put it up there in a comment if they know, but seemed like it's been within the last 4 or 5 years. That tractor was at Louisville, the National Farm Machinery Show, championship tractor pull there. That's Gone Rogue with Jeff Eberson at the controls. So,
yeah, Dusty definitely got him a good piece to work with. So, I think
it might have been 2018, Josh. I actually think I might have been there at that event.
Very well may have been.
So, if anybody knows, they can put it in the comments here when Jeff Eberson and the Gone Rogue John Deere were at the National Farm Machinery Show. Robert Miner still having a cancer pull at Rock Valley. I don't have any details on that, Robert. So if anybody has details on that, they can post them up there. I'll put them on the screen. So, one thing we were talking about, Josh, is there is going to be a contest this year sponsored by Case IH and the Outlaws. Once the season starts, you'll be able to sign up on the website, and we'll also put links on social media as well to enter that contest. We're going to give away all kinds of Case IH gear throughout the season. We're going to give away stuff on this show. As well as Outlaw gear, hats and T-shirts and such. We're going to give away those championship banners, those Case IH banners throughout the season with the winners of every session at every event. We'll autograph those banners, and we'll give those away as well this season. 2 grand prizes. I'm not going to give away what they are just yet, but 2 grand prizes are 2 tickets to an event, pretty popular event, airfare, hotel accommodations, and tickets to all sessions of that event. So you can speculate all you like. I'm not going to tell you what it is or where it's at yet, but details will be revealed very soon.
Heck of a deal. That sounds like an awesome thing there.
No cancer pull at Rock Valley. Okay, they stopped that 3 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Get our viewers a little more involved. We'll give them out some gear and some merchandise throughout the year. We may even pop in and throw a couple of contests in spur of the moment for who wins a pull coming up or a distance or something. And I think that'll be good this year.
Yeah, always good to give back to the spectators, the folks who make it possible. You got the sponsors that make it possible, the pullers that make it possible, and the spectators. Without them, we'd be pulling to empty grandstands, and that's not so much fun, honestly. So we appreciate.
Got a little bit of first-hand experience with that, don't you, Ron?
Oh yeah, there's been times, yeah.
Yeah.
But appreciate the fans, and you got to give back.
That's it.
Show them how much we appreciate them. We're talking about the app a little bit, Josh, how the app is up to date now.
Mm-hmm.
And signing up for the app, how to do so. And also the directions on that app. Those directions are specifically for the pullers. Those directions will take the pullers to the pit gate.
Yes.
So if you are a fan and you're following the directions on there, once you get to the town, you're kind of on your own because you're probably not going to be able to get in the pit gate in most instances at these events. So just a tip there for the spectators.
A little caveat to that. Everywhere we go, we've got good people working at the pit gates. If you should happen to show up, they will give you directions on how to get around to the fan entrance. So,
absolutely. Now, Dusty Berry, are you planning on running points this season? Do you know, Josh, if they're planning on running points?
Last I talked to him, he is. I'm not going to speak for him here. Obviously, he's going to have a little bit of engine work to take care of, getting it torn down and making sure that nothing is wrong with it. I see he's commented right there that he's headed to Joe Bush Ag this week.
Yeah.
He just sent me a few pictures. If I send them to you on Messenger, can you get them up here, Ron?
Yeah, I may have you talk about something while I figure it out.
Okay. Give me a minute here.
I got a couple pictures I want to post as well. Yeah. Dusty Berry says, yeah, parts permitting, they're going to run the points race this season. Yeah, they said they're headed to Joe Bush Ag Repair this week, get things fixed up. Kurt, still need to Google how long it takes. Ha ha, that's funny. Yeah, had a little blunder this past season. I was headed up to Britt, Iowa. That's a Wednesday night event. That's a busy week of pulling. And for some reason, I got up that morning, stayed in a hotel in Des Moines, and punched Sac City in my GPS and was just getting to Sac City when it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. Sac City is tomorrow night. So I had to hot foot it from Sac City to Britt and get set up over there. So a lot of that was error on my part. So
you got to bear with me. This is taking me
pictures to me about the damage to the tractor, the turbo from the weekend. Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm working on. I'm kind of slow with this technology stuff. So
gotcha. I'm gonna try to add something myself here, if I can, of a new tractor we'll see this season. If anybody has any questions, let's see, I'm trying to figure out what this one couldn't. What? No, all you can drink beer too with that. Not sure what that. So we're going to post up some pictures. You getting it figured out there, Josh?
Hey, it's working on it. My stuff's being slow here.
Gotcha.
My internet is not the world's greatest here by any means. They're supposed to be getting this fiber optic internet set up within the next few months.
Are you out in the boondocks down there in Oklahoma?
Well, we're not for Oklahoma, but we are for the rest of the world, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Well, you know where I grew up back in southern Ohio was where we have hollers back there. I grew up on the road I lived on was called Hog Holler, if that gives you any idea where I grew up. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to send myself an email here from a picture I just got I want to post up.
All right. Those are on Messenger now, so hopefully you can pull them from there and get them up on the screen.
Yeah, I want to get them here. If you want to chat a little bit, if you got anything you want to talk about there.
Kurt's saying that rumor is Nick McCormick's pro stock is in Nebraska, in North Carolina, and maybe running the Outlaws. That'd be a good deal. That comment you're seeing there on the screen from Dusty about the clamp breaking first, you'll understand that here in a minute when we get those pictures up of his tractor.
Yeah, I'll get it here. Did you sent those via Messenger?
Yes. Yeah, to your Messenger.
Okay. Gotcha.
See them on there now?
There's a whole mess of them here. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a total of 9. Looks like that last picture there, you'll see he pulled a Scott Holker, put part of the turbo into a tire. If you remember last year, Holker blew their Ravenna and put a chunk of the engine into the rear tires. So,
gotcha. Yeah, let me. I'm unable to download this whole mess of stuff here, but
Yeah.
for some reason.
Good old modern technology. I was talking to a guy a little bit ago about some old school pullers and guys that used to be out and about and around, and found out that there was supposedly still here close to me, very possibly a mod chassis sitting in a shop, and unknown what all may be in there with it. There's some rumors there may be a tank engine sitting in there, so that'll be interesting to find out. I'm going to try to dig into that and see if I can find out what's sitting over there. Maybe get something stirred up somewhere and get somebody set up, run a tank motor with something. You know, we've got the one already. Never hurt to see another one.
This is a different one then?
Yes, this is a different one. This is if I'm not mistaken, on the model, a Ford GAA tank engine.
Yeah.
Is supposedly sitting in a barn here about 20 minutes from where I live, along beside a mod chassis and a few other goodies.
All right, Greg Lucetto is telling me there will be a class of super modified 4x4s in Windsor. Super modified 4x4 is supercharged.
Blower trucks.
Supercharged 4-wheel drive. So,
Greg,
in addition to that event, and folks, we're running 3 tracks there at Windsor. 3 tracks running at the same time.
And I'm curious, Greg, you're talking about the super modifieds being at Windsor. Do you guys go what I would call Ohio style with it and let the super stock diesels run against the blower trucks, or do you have straight blower trucks?
Yeah, what rules? This is news to me, Greg. What rules are they running? I think you're referring to the Ohio State Tractor Pullers Association.
Yes, the OSTPA runs the diesels against the blowers. And if you've never seen that, I encourage you to get online, find some videos. That is pretty cool to watch the diesels and the blowers running against each other and how well they compare.
I'm going to try to, let's see if that went to my.
Hey, Ron, I'm just curious. Did you create a second Facebook so that you had somebody to send messages to you and you didn't feel like you were all alone? Because I've seen this Ronald Stone.
Oh, that's my dad. Yeah. That's my dad. He still lives back there, Hog Holler. He was telling me don't forget about another road called Possum Trot just over the hill in the other holler.
Yeah, we had Bear Waller and Eagle Ridge and Thomas Ridge, and good old mess of them. Straight blower trucks.
572 with 871 blowers. Running there at the pull in Colorado, Windsor, Colorado. So that'd be cool.
If any of you have never experienced a blower motor 4-wheel drive, it is a unique sound all in itself. They sound, I don't know why, but if you put them on a 4-wheel drive, to me, they sound completely different than they do on a tractor.
Oh, boy. Trying to pull one of these pictures up here. It was sent to my phone. Yeah, that ain't working. That's not working. Our normal guy that does this is actually in Ohio tonight. They're running around, but
you better be careful. They're liable to run him out back there.
He's up in northern Ohio. He's
I believe, Greg, I'm looking at your comment there. I believe they're running the super stock diesel trucks against them. Maybe somebody that is a little bit more familiar with that class. I haven't been back there in so long. Can chime in here and correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe they're running super stock diesels against their Supermod 4-wheel drives. I'm not sure if they're on the same rules package as you guys with the 871 blowers and the cubic inch limits. That I can't tell you. But
You still there, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I was replying back to Greg's last comment there about the diesels running with the blowers.
Gotcha. I'm getting it figured out here, buddy.
Uh-oh. We're in for it now. Ron's getting technological on us.
Getting it figured out. Yes, sir. All right.
Well, there you go, Greg. You got that super stock out of Wyoming. You know, try to get a hold of an OSTPA rule book and see what they're doing with it. But it's definitely a unique thing to watch those two compete against each other.
So you're looking at two different weights as well.
Yeah.
When you have those two classes hooking together. Well, I'm going to get this figured out here. It might just be a computer. It might be an operator issue.
That could very possibly be the case.
Might be an operator issue.
That loose nut between the screen and the seat could have something to do with it.
All right, I'm going to get it, man. You got to see this. You got to see this picture.
He did a number on it, didn't he?
I'm not even to that point yet. I'm talking about this other picture here.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to get it here. I promise you. Oh, boy. Did I say I promised? I did say I promised, didn't I?
You did say you promised.
All right. I'm trying. Now, we need that other guy back here that normally does this.
Yeah, we may have to continue this next week.
No, I'll get it here soon enough. I'll get it.
Of course, it would be fitting that Jason's good with pictures. All the picture books that I'm sure he reads on a daily basis and what have you. So.
All right, it tells me it saved it, so I'm going to try this one more time here.
And Dave Nelson, if you're watching, I need your help, sir. My wall behind me needs a couple of new additions. We need a Titan Tire and a Titan Machinery sticker in Chickasha, Oklahoma to go on the sponsor wall behind me here.
Yeah.
Kevin Davis, what are you doing?
Kevin, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Trying to figure it out. It ain't cooperating with me. I don't know why. Maybe this one will save here.
And Jared Setter said that he heard Jason's pretty good at the color by numbers.
He sticks to the connect the dots.
Right.
Books there. I don't know. It might be a computer issue.
Oh, now we're blaming the computer. Okay.
I'm blaming the computer. I absolutely am, because I'm saving these pictures and they're not showing up in here at all. Why? I don't know.
Well, Dusty, if you're still listening, can we have your permission to post a few of these pictures? And if nothing else, we can get some of them posted to the Outlaw page or a Facebook page where anybody that's curious can go look.
Yeah, I'm about to give up on it here. Yeah, Greg sent me pictures of a super modified four-wheel drive out of Wyoming, I think. But I don't know why my computer would be out of space. I mean, I only have hours and hours of pulling video on here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's Jerry Setter's comment. Let's see. Brian Fuhr's asking.
He's referring back to that comment of Nick McCormick's Sports Shop.
Well, that stinks. I wanted to share that, but I don't know why it's not showing up. I've saved it about 5 times here while we're talking, and it simply won't bring it up. So I might be asking too much of this here computer.
There's no telling. But Dusty did say we could post them out there, so we'll.
Yeah, I can post them up after we're done with the show, but
yeah.
But yeah, sorry about that. I can't get it to work. So.
And next week we'll grab Jason by the hair of the head and make sure he's on here to help us get this thing run right. So.
Kevin, Dave. Sometimes I ask myself that question, Kevin.
We all ask that question, Kevin.
But I don't answer it. That's the important part. When I ask myself that, I never answer that question. So we're trying to figure out here the Brian Fuhr's. Let's see. Bodie Yacht's giving us some tidbits of information here. Rumor is Nick's Tractor's in Cedar Bluffs. And then, yeah, I need a bigger hammer for that PC. Yeah.
Trying to get us a new puller out to either White Ride or Rock Valley. We're still trying to make a date work. I found out that I've got, I don't know what you'd call it, a second or third cousin by marriage, twice removed, 3 times added, and backwards, and so on and so forth, that pulls modified 4-wheel drives out of Ohio. So,
okay,
trying to get that truck out here. The
who
Punisher
would
truck.
that be?
Larry Gerald drives a truck called the Punisher.
Larry Gerald. Okay.
His wife and I are related, so trying to get them to come out and make a hook or two with us.
Well, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that to go, so I'm going to give up on it. I'm sure after the show I can post those pictures up, but it just ain't working for me. Imagine that.
Stick it with a fork. That deal's done right there.
Yeah. Our normal guy that does that part of the show, he'd be able to figure it out.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. All right, buddy. I'm going to call it a night here.
Sounds good.
We'll post those pictures up as soon as we get off here. But sorry about that. But any other questions, we'll be back on here in a week, 7 p.m. next Tuesday night. I do know who our guests are. We're going to have a young gun, Evan Breheim out of Sedalia, Missouri, pro stock 4-wheel drive puller. Be campaigning his truck new to the Outlaws this season. May get Nathan Breheim on here as well. We're talking about Evan Breheim, son of Nathan Breheim. That family bringing 2 pro stock pickups in the competition